Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. I'm here joined with Inti Campo.
Good morning, people. How are you?
And today we're going to be talking about xDai. I finally learned what that is and how it works. And also, we're going to be comparing the stake of xDai to MakerDAO and their DAI token. So this is going to be an interesting episode about those two tokens and stablecoins. And then later on, we're gonna do a question and answers on whatever cryptocurrency you want me to do a little bit of TA on. So leave the comment in the what's it called, chat box on which coins you gonna want me to take a look at. And I know that's gonna go crazy. Isn't that gonna happen, right? Everybody's gonna be like,
it's going to be a sea of cryptocurrencies in the chat. I bet.
Exactly. All right. So before we get on to our TA, you have a few words to say?
Yes, of course. As always, people, it's worth to remind you that this video is for entertainment purposes only, and this is not financial advice. Please do your own research before putting any of your hard-earned money on the market.
Awesome. All right, so let's get on to the main topic of today, which is Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin gonna bottom here? Is it going to take off and go to new heights? That's a question on everybody's mind. Everybody wants to know. It's like, are we gonna dump? Most people think we're gonna dump here, and fill the CME gap, but nobody really knows for sure. And that's why, as a trader, right? Nobody knows for sure, and this is why you come up with a trading plan and you trade that plan. And my plan says, hey, you know what? We take an entry from here, which was at $10,138 approximately, or $120. And then, we take a stop loss up take profits at almost 11,000. And then your stop loss, of course, is at 9,842. Alrighty, so and so far that trade is doing very, very well. So I'm looking forward to seeing if this trade finishes off here, because normally on these dabble 3-to-1s, it just keeps going, right? There's lots more room for it to make more money off of. So that's a good thing with the dabbles. Now zooming out, right? We did close the last week green, so that's a good sign. We have to close above this wick to really say, okay, for sure, this is going higher. And so that would be a good thing, because we're below the 13 EMA on the weekly, and and that would be a good thing to happen. Now, if we do break down, we have to break down to close the CME gap. We're gonna have to do it fast. If we don't, oh boy. We don't close a week. If we close a week below these wicks, we have to turn bearish on Bitcoin for a while. That's kind of sad. Alrighty, let's head over to Ethereum. Ethereum's looking quite interesting. We're looking at the 5-minute here, but let me just go back to the daily before we get into the 5-minute. As you can see, we were about to blast off, hit the 400, and like all of a sudden, just like I knew there was a FU move coming for Bitcoin. I expected a little bit more than what we got, but that was it. There was a scam wick before we actually go higher, and I should have realized that this was probably coming for Ethereum as well, and there it is, right? It broke through a lot of support levels and then bounced back up. And so we're above this 362 support level, stuck between the range of 70. I thought we were going to actually bounce off of the 371 support level. We did not. It was not even interested in even looking at it for a few seconds. It just went straight through. And now we're just bouncing in around between the 361 and 371 and trying to figure out which direction to go. But the good news is, looking at the shorter time frames, the 5-minute time frames, let's start with the 4-hour time frames. Oops, that's a mess. Looking at the 4-hour time frames, you can see that we've only touched the bottom of the Bollinger Band after we broke down. So, and then we're back up again here at the 366 level. Let's take a look at the on balance value. See if OBV. See if there's any kind of significance here. There doesn't seem to be a point of control anywhere until yeah, I guess if we just take this dump and use this as a point of control, we're at the current point of control for this particular dump and the sideways action. So the good news is, did we test the below value? It's difficult to say. There's a little bit of a notch here. I think we're gonna probably have to fill that notch before we actually say, okay, Ethereum can go higher. Alrighty, with that said, let's talk about our 2 altcoins that I mentioned in the title. But before I do that, I want to talk about Lurii, who's the person who redid Davinci Codes .net website. It's amazing. He did an amazing job, right? I really appreciate what he's done for us, right? And if you checked in the description below, you'll see that all his contact information. And yeah, if you're interested in having him, having Lurii do your website, check that out in the descriptions below. You'll have his website and his phone number and everything right there for you. Okay, with that said, let's get on to xDai. What is xDai? I was wondering myself. I was just not quite getting it, right? But after doing a little bit of research and reading what this is, right? And you have to really think about it, right? Because if you read it, a lot of people will not understand what they're all about. The xDai chain is a stable payments blockchain designed for fast, inexpensive, stable transactions. What that means is, I'm gonna finish reading this sentence here. xDai is used for transactions, payments, and fees, and stake is used to support the proof of stake consensus, right? So in that short sentence, even though they don't really explain a whole lot, it's what they've created is their own blockchain. It's not running on Ethereum, and it's a stable coin, meaning that that it's always going. The xDai is always going to be $1, and they're going to allow you to transfer that $1 worth of stake for pennies on the dollar, or less, and then pennies on the dollar. So, and what secures the network is another coin called Stake. That you basically that fluctuates with the price of the market and probably helps with of course the maintenance of xDai maintaining $1. It turns out here, right? If we continue reading, xDai is ideal cryptocurrency for everyday payments and transactions. Fees are extremely low, payments are very fast, and the value remains stable at $1 or $1 per xDai. User-friendly tools make xDai easily adoptable for crypto and non-crypto users alike. Users only need xDai to complete payments. A single stable coin for payments and fees. So basically, when you're transferring, unlike like for example, if we compare that to DAI, which runs on the Ethereum network. You only pay the fees in xDai, whilst DAI, you have to pay it with Ethereum tokens, and we'll get into that. Staking is a multi-chain staking token. Stake, which is the name of the token that they have called Stake. I think that's a horrible name, but that's what they gave it. Is a multi-chain staking token designed to secure payment layer. staking allows block producers and validators and delegators. So that means they got delegators. So that means you have to delegate some sort of trust off to somebody, most likely, to provide transaction consensus and receive staking incentives for honest block production. So basically, when you proof of stake allows you to validate and transactions, make sure that all the transactions are correct, and should the transactions be incorrect, they would lose on their stake, and they wouldn't make any money, or they might even lose whatever they put up as collateral in the stake. And so that's what gives proof of stake somewhat of strength from attacks, is that people are not willing to lose their what they've put up for staking. Now, when they say multi-chain staking, I'm assuming because I haven't done the complete full research on this, I'm assuming that you could actually stake this on multiple chains, and somehow what they do is make sure that they check that you've staked this stake coin on those chains as well, and which is possible, right? If you built your chain around other chains as well. That's a lot of work, but I'm curious to see how that works. So yeah, So as stake is not required, of course, for everyday use on the chain, transactions or users. So basically, you don't need to use stake. You just use the xDai if you want, and it's only required for consensus providers. Stake is not a stable. It is volatile token. It is a volatile token whose value is determined by the marketplace. So basically, you can buy and sell stake tokens, and we can see what the price of a stake token is currently. And so I'm assuming this also helps regulate the price of a xDai token, because that's what MakerDAO does as well. Not sure exactly how that is. I just wanted to see in general what this thing provides, and I think it is a valuable contribution to the cryptocurrency universe, because when you compare both xDai and DAI, they're much better than Tether, for example. So Maker, right, which is another coin which is basically traded freely on the market. This coin, right, went from almost, let's see here, the stake coin went from like 50 cents or something like that, and now we're all the way up, made a high of $30. And I think you should, I'm interested in buying this coin. I don't know if you guys are really interested in buying this coin, but I think I am definitely interested in this coin. I want to see a little bit more about what the stake does, but I think it's probably going to it'll probably work exactly the way Maker does, in order to help maintain the price of xDai. So Maker, on the other side, right, which actually runs on Ethereum, right? They produce a token called DAI. When you put up as collateral Ethereum, and so when you basically put your Ethereum as collateral, you get DAI tokens, and you have to pay an interest on those DAI tokens in order to use them. And so this is how they maintain the fluctuation. So that interest rate moves around in order for you to decide, okay, you know what, I don't want to pay the interest, so you basically take out your collateral and reduce the amount of DAI, and then that helps keep the value of DAI stable. And that's why I like Maker a lot. It's just that the only problem with Maker and its DAI token is that you have to pay Ether. And so if you were to just send $1 of DAI, so that's just one DAI, in most cases you'll be paying more in transaction fees than you would for sending $1. And so on the other side, with xDai, that's not the case. So that makes it much better for smaller transactions. And when you compare that with also Tether, right? Tether, which mostly is on Ethereum as well, but it's on multiple different chains, and not just on Ethereum. But it's mostly on Ethereum, and yeah, you have to pay the Ethereum gas tax in order to use it. With xDai, you're not paying the gas tax. You're paying in dollars, basically, effectively. And the only thing I need to do some more research on is how does this all put together? How do they maintain the dollar? And what's the value? What's the other use cases of stake? And do they use it to help maintain the price of xDai? And when I find that out, I will be discussing it on the show. All right. With that said, let's move on to Pandora's wallet. We're still having the sale, right? www.pandoraswallet.com. We do have a new website we're building out. Hopefully, I'm looking forward to having this new website fully functional, or even partially functional, where we can actually go and to the login, and you can see you will have the what's it called? These here. Let me just bring up some of the templates. This is the user panel. So I'm looking forward to seeing this user panel up and running very soon. We're having a sale, of course, right? 50% off of each of the different subscription based, right? And if you purchase your subscription, right, your subscription also includes for that same limited time, right? So if you buy 1 month, right, you'll get 1 month access to the Telegram group. But because if you open up a new account and you purchase right away, we give you a free month, 1 free month absolutely free. And so you'll get really effectively 2 months when you purchase just 1 month of our Telegram group. And yeah, so you can join us there. And I do videos. Of course, I did a video yesterday, and I do videos every day, not every day, but every Sunday. And I post it into the group, and then people have access to this group here, where they can see some of our trades, see some of our, see what I have to offer in a sense of benefits. So yeah, that's what you get with Pandora's wallet. Now, also until the end of this month, up until the end of this month, if you purchase any subscription level, and anybody who's already been a subscriber, I'm going to be taking 10% of whatever you purchase in Bitcoins and be buying my DJ15 tokens with that money. And once we have what's it called, ERC20 support in Pandora's wallet, we'll be handing out all those tokens to every single customer of ours. So
you may.
Yeah, I may. So that's right. That's true. Because for legal reasons, I have to say I may. It's as a gift to you guys. Also, as a token holder, you may also get a gift of dividends, right? So look out for that. We're going to be redoing this. I'm going to be doing this page, and I'm going to be providing a list of information of what kind of possible gifts I might be giving out in the future for DJ15 token holders. So look out for that.
Hey, Davinci, one of your subscribers, Mr. Walker 1, asked if in order to get any of the advantages of holding DA15 token, they have to hold it on Pandora's wallet, or if they can hold it on any wallet they want.
They can hold it on any wallet they want, basically. Yeah, you don't have to hold it on Pandora's wallet. So you will be getting the benefits as well. Now, all right, with that said, let's get on to the question and answers. What kind of cryptocurrencies people's got for us?
TC Midnight asks, TA on DOT, please.
TO and DOT. Okay, let's take a look at DOT then. Alrighty. You know what? I wonder, do we have DOT listed here? Yes, we do. Thank goodness. Okay. So DOT, I'm looking for it to come back down. If it doesn't come back down, I'm not worried about it. I could say goodbye to this coin and find something else to invest my money in. But it's way too high. It's too high for me at this point in time, and it needs to roll. It needs to come back to earth before I'm interested in buying this. Will it come back? It's anyone's guess, but I think it should. It should come back at least to 61.8. If we even go, based on the current trading level here, it should come back at least. Oh, it looks like it already did. But I'm a little bit lower than the 61.8, and I'm thinking, you know what, it's got to go further back, because if we go to Go and Get Go and look at the longer history, and I know that they changed their coins, so I'm pretty sure that we don't have the right information here. Yeah, that's right. This coin has been around for a while, and they changed it. They did some sort of either split or reverse split or something like that in order to create a new coin, and so they don't have the past history. So it's really difficult to make a trade on this. So I'm thinking the $3 level is where they're probably going to retest again, which is where I'm looking, which is on Bitcoin. It's like around 27,000 sats is where I think they're going to test before it goes higher. If it doesn't, bye-bye, and I'm not interested. All right, well, thank you guys for giving us ideas on which cryptocurrency to take a look at. Not the greatest of streams. We only have like 463 people, but we got a little cozy thing here happening, so I'm happy about that.
We got 24 people on Twitch also.
Yes, thank you very much for joining us on the live stream, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers, people.
Bye.
Electric Avenue.